Today we're taking a look at whiskey brands that I feel are worth paying a premium for. Let's do this. So first out of the gate, from Foregate Whiskey Company, maybe overall my favorite of the entire bunch. What it is that Bob D'Antoni, Bill Straub, everybody involved there at Foregate are doing, to me, is maybe some of the most impressive stuff. In talking with those guys and really getting to know them much better over the years, it's one of those companies where you develop and learn the passion behind what it is that they're doing. This is not as simple as necessarily taking a whiskey and just putting it in a bottle, under their logo or their name. There's more beyond that. There's all of the sourcing of great bourbons. With all of these guys that I'll mention today, it starts there. It starts with the fantastic bourbon. What they choose to do with it from there is kind of where the magic of what it is these companies kind of have in common. Again, specifically Foregate, all of the different finishings that they have, from the rum, the sherries, the toasted barrels, the split staves that they do. They're always pushing the envelope, and this for me is why Foregate is probably for me my favorite whiskey company out there on the market today, and why I feel it's a whiskey company that's worth paying the premium for. And it's one of those things when you understand what it is about the whiskey, the finishing casks, the amount of attention and detail to their entire product, you start to understand truly why some of these bottles have the premium price that they do. And again, for me, what it is that Foregate does, their constant ability to put out a fantastic product and something that they release each time. For each one of these releases that they have, with them each being different, it's even more impressive knowing what it is that they're doing and what is in that bottle. And there you have it for me, first out of the gate, Foregate Whiskey Company. Second up, in terms of whiskey companies I feel are worth paying a premium for, Old Carter. What it is that Mark and Sherry Carter do is maybe second to none. The amount of detail and quality and passion, again, behind this brand, for me, in getting to know both Mark and Sherry again over the years, and knowing their passion for the whiskey and what goes in these bottles, again, it's kind of unheard of. They're able to source a fantastic bourbon, and then it really starts with the blending. They both do an incredible job of blending and putting each one of these batches together, whether it's the American whiskey, their bourbons, their ryes. There's as much detail and passion that goes into each one of those releases. Similar to what I said with the guys at Foregate, it all starts with the passion. There's something that's going to be very common amongst a lot of these, is the passion that goes in to each and every one of these bottles. Again, it's the dedication, the quality, the passion that leads to why these bottles are some that I feel are worth paying a premium for. So there you have it. Old Carter Whiskey Company. Again, one of those companies that I feel is worth paying a premium for. Next up, another company that I feel is worth paying a premium for. Somebody new to the game over the course of the last year and a half or so. They've been doing things a little bit before that, but they've really been introduced over the course of the last year and a half, and that's Found North. What it is, these are two brothers that founded this company. This is all going to be Canadian whiskey. They're working with premium aged Canadian whiskey that they're then taking and finishing in different casks, all again at cask strength, all of it non-chill filtered. And again, like the others, the passion, the dedication, the never wanting to stop with the getting fantastic whiskey and then putting a little bit of a twist on it is why I feel that Found North. And again, if you haven't checked them out, or had anything from Found North, I would definitely give them a try, and it's why I have them on this list of definitely whiskey brands that are worth paying a premium for. Go check out Found North. And next up, whiskey brands, again, worth paying a premium for, Bardstown Bourbon Company. What do you say about these guys? I mean, again, like I've said about a lot of the others, the passion, the dedication, the always pushing the envelope to constantly put out a fantastic product, something different. It's something that I've really come to appreciate is they're generally speaking starting with great or fantastic whiskeys and then putting their little twist on it. Again, they're one of the companies that have begun to use some of their own distillate and start to kind of blend some of that with some of their older source whiskeys. But again, things along the lines of their Discovery series or their Finishing series, or even going back to some of their original batches, the blending, the finishing, everything that Bardstown Bourbon Company has or is doing has kind of been blown out of the park. Again, it's one of those companies that you really come to appreciate each person that's behind this company, their passion, their dedication, the whiskeys, the sourcing of barrels, the finishings that they're doing with all of these things, the interaction with the whiskey community and allowing people to kind of come into their family and feel welcomed. It's something that you don't necessarily always see in today's day and age, where they're very approachable. There's so many guys over there that you can go to on a daily basis and have a great conversation with, find out what it is they're doing, things that are coming. Again, it's really kind of diving into the full aspect of everything that it is that they're doing. So it's why Bardstown Bourbon Company is on my list of bourbons definitely worth paying a premium for. Last but not least, MGP. So hear me out with MGP. So this is one of those things where you have to have a little bit of whiskey education to know what it is you're buying and who you're buying it from. So a lot or most understand that MGP does a lot of sourcing in terms of people or other whiskey brands coming to them to buy their whiskey. Where it starts is knowing what that whiskey is, the company that's buying it, what it is that's going in that bottle, so that there's the whiskey education, so that you're not just buying an expensive bottle of bourbon that was sourced from MGP, put in their own label, which again, not all of these are. This Remus is basically under their own label through MGP. This Smoke Wagon, again, a sourced MGP. And again, from Redwood Empire, this is a finished, aged MGP, again, through Redwood Empire. So this is where the whiskey education comes in, knowing what it is that you're buying, who you're buying it from, and why I should be paying a premium for whatever those particular whiskeys are. So with this, you're talking about, so this is the Remus 5. This is blends of 13 to 16-year-old bourbon. Again, here we're talking about the Smoke Wagon uncut, unfiltered, where you're talking about, again, more premium aged MGP. And here we're talking about, again, more MGP finished in port casks. But again, the education comes in understanding who it is that's buying the whiskey, what bottles they're going in, and again, the overall understanding of, is this a bourbon that's worth paying a premium for under that particular label? So there you have it. This is why I wanted to include MGP, is because of exactly that, is if you know the brand that's sourcing or purchasing the whiskey from MGP, and you understand what those whiskeys are, you can then understand what it is that's going in each bottle, why, by whom, all of that. So for me, this is why MGP is on this list of whiskey brands worth paying a premium for. So there you have it. There are 5 incredible brands, whatever you want to call it, that I feel are worth paying a premium price for. Leave a comment below. Let me know your thoughts. Are all or are some of these brands worthy of your money? That's the most important part. I understand it's all subjective in terms of value, but I want to know from you guys, are these brands that you're okay paying a premium for? And do you feel that these are whiskey brands that are worth paying a premium for? So thank you so much for tuning into another one of my reviews. Greatly appreciate all of that. And again, I hope that this kind of sheds a little bit of light on, a few whiskey brands that maybe you did or didn't know about, and kind of helps you understand whether or not it's something that you want to or are willing to spend a few extra dollars on. So make sure you leave a comment below and let me know your thoughts. I'd love to hear from you. If you'd like to follow me, you can on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all of those places at My Bourbon Journey. If you're enjoying the content, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to help support the channel and become part of the Mash and Journey Whiskey Club, make sure you check the Patreon link in the description below. All details there for all of our barrel picks. So thank you guys. And remember, it's about the journey and not the destination. Cheers.